Good evening, afternoon, etc., ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the final episode for quite a while of Super Mario Galaxy. Last time, we covered the Dusty Dune Galaxy, and now we're heading into probably one of the most overrated freaking galaxies in the game, as well as one of the most overrated tracks in the game, Gusty Garden, Bunnies in the Wind. Oh, where do I start about Gusty fucking Garden? I don't hate the area. I just don't like it either. And, I do have my reasons for why I don't like this area. First of all, it's another grass world. Like, seriously, another freaking grass world? I get it for Area 1, that's fine. Like, have all the grass worlds you want. But we're in Dome 4, and we're still dealing with freaking grass? Why? And yeah, the wind mechanic. Oh, it's so interesting. Not really. Cloudy Core was interesting because you had the freaking cloud suit. And that thing was freaking awesome. This game doesn't even have something like that. It has these weird little pink flowers that you ride the wind on. Which, first of all, how the fuck does that make any sense? And third, this has got to be one of the most fucking linear levels there is in this game. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind a good linear level. But four levels. 4 levels if you include the secret, I almost said shine, secret star of going down the same freaking path. That is boring. I'm sorry. This is one of the most beloved galaxies? Why? I'll admit the graphics are really pretty. It's a very interesting looking area. It's very nicely rendered and stuff. I like these little patterns here that kind of look like snowflakes. Also, I do something very stupid like that. You bite, you die, you motherfucker. But, I know a lot of you are probably thinking like, well, first of all, I was stupid for doing that, and yes, I was. I think I was probably just really tired because I was recording for such a long time, but anyway, that's not important. A lot of you are probably saying, well, a lot of the areas do that. Well, there's a difference between some of the areas. I'd say Good Egg Galaxy, it could be excused because, well, it's the first major area of the game, not including Gateway Galaxy. So it has kind of an excuse for being a little linear. Honey Hive Galaxy. That one's a bit more open-ended. It's more open world. You could kind of explore the first area a little bit more. There was more to do. So that one had kind of more of an excuse. It was kind of an homage to Mario 64. And Mario Sunshine with how open-ended the areas were. Granted, it's not as open-ended as that, but still. Gusty Garden doesn't really have an excuse for that. It's just a bunch of small planetoids that you have to constantly visit over and over and over again, and it just gets so monotonous. And it's not helped by the music. A lot of people like the music. I like it okay, but it's not my cup of tea. I actually think the song's really, really bland. Like, yeah, it's meant to be kind of, it's supposed to be like grand adventure and traveling through this wonderfully windy environment, but I don't really get that vibe. The vibe I get from it is an environment that's not very interesting. Just like, yeah, it's a grass world. It's also an air world. Whoop-de-doo. Also, that trick I did with the bun there. I didn't know you could do that until this recording session, so, hey, something good came out of it at least. Booyah! The dirty tricks of Major Burrows. Well, considering how he's traveling there, it looks like he's about to rape the bunny. Which I hope not, because he's voiced by Yoshiaki Koizumi himself. So I hope he's not going to do anything bad to the buns. He's cute. That was a dirty thought. Anyway. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on freaking Gusty Garden Galaxy. I could say more, but you get the gist of what I mean. It's, to me, just one of the more boring, non-threatening galaxies. It's not that interesting. I'd say that this and Dusty Dune are probably 2 of the low points of this game. And I do actually have certain memories associated with Gusty Garden itself, but that's not until Star 3, and that's only because I kept dying and dying and dying because I was getting so disoriented with the freaking gravity mechanic. So yeah, that's more of a negative memory than a positive memory. But we are getting to a pretty cool looking set piece real quick like. Just grab hold of these little question coins, which by the way, memorize the location of those question coins. And figure out how you're supposed to ride on those dandelions, because that is going to be essential for collecting the secret star here in Gusty Garden Galaxy. If you don't collect those coins in a very specific order, or miss one or whatever, you will not be able to get that secret star. And it took me forever to try to figure out how to collect the secret star and just where it was. Like, with Gusty Garden, it's been so linear that you wouldn't think that a secret star would be possible in this area. But there is, in fact, a secret star, and it involves the rainbows. It involves the rainbow power-up. So, yeah. I mean, it's fun. You get to use your rainbowness to destroy things, but other than that, it's just very blasé. Like, looking at this set piece, this is probably one of the most memorable set pieces of this area, aside from the giant, delicious-looking apples. It's, yeah. I don't know what more to freaking say about Gusty Garden. It's just... oh, look at this. This actually reminds me of a lot of the problems I have with Super Mario Galaxy 2. It's too Earth-like. That's one of my major problems with this area. And I think I just realized why I have so much of a problem with it. It's too Earth-like. And Galaxy 2 had that problem in spades. It didn't feel like you were traveling to an alien planet. It just felt like you were on Earth doing some random special world challenge. You know, like the special stages in Mario Sunshine. Like, it kind of feels like that, or like a 3D version of the 2D platforming stages. And that's it. That's not what a 3D Mario game should be. And Gusty Garden, I would say, is a major example of the things I don't like about Mario Galaxy. As much as I really do enjoy Mario Galaxy, it is still a great game. I have a lot of nostalgia for this one. But my problems do still stand. That some of the set pieces and some of the stages are not that interesting. Mostly just because they don't feel like you are on another world. And if there was more stages like that, I would be even more just happy. And I just realized that I could have tried to pull off a trick there. Speedrunning strats. Anyway. One of the things that I really wish Mario Galaxy did, instead of the whole spherical platform thing, which they could have still done to some degree, why not create a bunch of planets and stuff with vastly different atmospheres and different gravities and stuff? That would actually be very interesting, because then you'd feel like you're on another world, because different planets have different levels of gravity. And every world that you've visited so far, even areas that really shouldn't have the amount of gravity that Earth does, or whatever planet Mario lives on, they all, you still fall at roughly the same speed. When some worlds you should be able to jump higher, or some other worlds you should be able to jump, your jump is more restricted. That would have been much more interesting, because then then you would actually feel like, oh crap, I'm on another world. I gotta really figure this out. And the power-up system and stuff could have been far more interesting. Like, I love the bee mushroom. The bee mushroom's cool. The boo mushroom is also pretty rad. It's nice to see the ice and fire flower. Especially the fire flower. It makes me so happy to see it in full 3D, but I would have preferred to see, like, some other alien power-up or something. Like, something that really is out of this world and so unexpected that you just can't predict it. But now we're stuck with some pretty earthly power-ups. Like, really, a bee mushroom? The bee mushroom, I guess, could make a little more sense in a game like Mario 64 or maybe, I don't know, a Super Mario 3D World or something, where the level design's a little bit more on the earthly side, but this just, it shouldn't bother me, but it does. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. There's just so much more potential that Mario Galaxy could have had, but unfortunately, they never achieved it. Alright, here's the mission I was actually telling you guys about that I actually had a lot of memories about. Mostly because of one major thing. It's a little different. Yeah, I know. How crazy is that? Well, this part's a very samey, but I don't know why. I like Mission 3 of Gusty Garden over Missions 1 and 2. Missions 1 and 2 felt very much the same to me. They just kind of... You were running the gambit and just flying around in the wind, and honestly, this would hurt your ears now that I think about it. Like, if you were to actually do this, your ears would be so fucked to shit. Like, no joke. Also, what's going on up there? I wonder. Oh wait, that's actually the planet we're about to head to that has our hidden star. I just realized that I had never actually paid attention to it from far away. It actually looks really cool. It looks like a very dangerous place. Oh, mercy. See, even in areas that I'm not a big fan of, I still learn new things about it, like how certain areas look from far away. Because this looks like a giant caterpillar. Caterpillars, since I've been watching some Sonic videos recently. Mostly on Sonic 06, actually, and man, that game is garbage. Oh man. Me and my friend Oscar really need to cover that at some point on 2 Geeks Play. Which, yeah, I don't know if we'll do that, but it should be fun. Fear the Shadows! Alright, well, let's get on to the actual reason why we're here. That notorious gravity scramble. Now, I guess one of the reasons I really like this stage is actually that concept. I like the idea of alternating gravity. It's one thing that Mario Galaxy did very well, and I wish more stages focused more on the gravity mechanics and stuff. That was the very strong basis for Mario Galaxy's gameplay. Also, I'm about to get ran over by the Chomp. Chomp, chomp, chomp. And yeah, the gravity scramble actually starts here on these weird little UFO worlds. And also, we have different music. We get freaking space fantasy. And oh man, if I haven't expressed how much love I have for this song, it's so good. And yeah, a lot of people are gonna be like, cop out. This song, yeah, Gusty Garden's music has so much more emotion and stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but the thing is, Gusty Garden's feel is not that alien. When I hear space fantasy, it sounds very alien to me. It feels like I'm on another world. And yeah, it actually fits this particular region pretty well. So I guess that's one of the reasons I remember this stage more than the other two, because it actually has different music that I legitimately enjoy, and that was freaking awesome! I have never actually done that in all my years playing Super Mario Galaxy. How did I do that? Oh man. Like I said, you just learn new things all the time, and I think that's mostly just because the gravity mechanics were acting a little funky. Alright, now this stage. I recall playing this stage whenever I was a little girl, and oh god, I remember getting shot off, fell off, like the gravity mechanics and stuff I felt was just obnoxious in this stage. But nowadays, now that I know how it kind of works, also fuck you Goomba, you need to die. I'm afraid you'll have to die! Sorry, I had to. Now that I kind of have a better grasp on how the gravity mechanics and stuff function in this stage, I can actually get through it for the most part without the life shroom. Which, yes, that is its official name, even though this is not Paper Mario. And yeah, I'll still take occasional damage like I did there, but firstly, they have this coin here, so you can recover a little bit of your HP. But other than that, it's just a bunch of really tight jumps, and it felt legitimately challenging. It didn't feel that automated. Which is, I guess, another reason I'm not a big fan of the stage. I don't like the fact that this stage is very automated. It feels very streamlined and very bland. I'm sorry, I don't like stages that feel more like it's playing itself. Which I guess is one of the reasons I haven't really taken to the Sonic series, even though I like some of the future Sonic games. Like, I enjoy Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Colors is actually really fun. But I'm not a big fan of the auto run feature or whatever in a Mario game. In a Mario game, the whole idea is to explore. You are exploring a world and stuff and just feeling out everything in it. When, you know, you're not platforming, of course. So, I guess that's another major reason I don't like Gusty Garden Galaxy. It's way too automated. It's very boring to look at. The music doesn't particularly interest me. Blah, 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 blah. I've pretty much just bitched and moaned about Gusty Garden Galaxy. Though, you may say that, well, from the sound of it, you hate Gusty Garden Galaxy. I need to reiterate, I don't hate Gusty Garden Galaxy. I just think it's really boring. And it really does deserve a second look. It needs a more critical look at it so that they don't repeat something like this again. Whew. Well, I spent quite a while fucking bitching, didn't I? I'm very sorry. Let's see what the Buns have to say. You're very welcome. At least we got a little positivity out of that. Thanks, Mr. Buns. You're a sweet boy. Or girl. You could be either. You could be like those bunnies from Cave Story. Who knows? Whew. Well, that's it for this episode and for the playthrough for a little bit. I'm gonna be, after this episode premieres, I'm going to be taking a 3-month hiatus. That's what I'm trying to say. So, I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough.